Hey party people, welcome to another video. Today's topic is clear coat restoration. I want to show you just how simple, despite all the nonsense the industry wants to throw at you, just how simple it can actually be. One product, a car polish, one buffer, one pad. Literally, you don't have to overthink it past that. You will actually need a microfiber cloth. I do recommend microfiber as your go-to cloth for virtually everything. There is nothing softer, more gentler than a microfiber cloth on your car paint. Look at the side of that paint. I've got my LED shining on it. It's revealing all the imperfections, the endless cobwebbing, spider webbing, swirl marks, whatever you want to call that. Point is that is not desired results. That is unacceptable. Got my prophylactic blue painter's tape. What I want to do is section it off for the infamous 50-50 challenge. Get that right as per the camera. What I will do is move this. I move this a little to the left. I'm going to work on this area, and then I'm going to show you the before and after. I've got my flex, dual action. I'm going to set it to a speed setting of 6. Now, if you're a beginner, and this is designed for you beginners out there, what you need to know is you have control. You can dial the speed setting down. You can pick a really soft foam pad if you have a high level of fear going on, so you can ease into the water without jumping into the deep end. I'm going to apply my polish. I'm not going to overthink the seasoning of the pad. Place it right on the surface and turn it on. Out your microfiber cloth. There we go. Let's do a reveal. Now, just FYI, if I was doing this professionally, let me move this over. Ooh, see that? Pretty dramatic. Before, after. Before, after, before, after, after, before, after, before. Okay, pretty dramatic. Now this is me simplifying the moment. What you need to understand, because if you are a beginner, you're gonna be like, how much pressure do I use? I'm not sure if I should do a speed setting of 6 or dial it down to 3. I get that. Just know this is my attempt to get you off of the fence and getting some results that are wanted into your world with your car. Because there's so much hype and BS out there, I completely get it. It's overwhelming. So if I can just get you going and show you a simpler, easier way to do it, then you can learn more moving forward. So here, that will be probably one of your big decisions, like, oh, how long do I need to polish? I'm afraid of burning the clear coat. Well, this is 22-year-old paint. You saw how long I kept the buffer in this section right here. And look at the dramatic results. So you could just keep it that simple. Is this perfect, this area here? Absolutely not. But it looks way better than that. So you can produce way better without overthinking things and getting all wadded up where you don't want to take some action. So polish, wipe, check your results. And if you're that fearful, then you just accept, okay, it's not perfect. I get it. I don't have to chase perfection. But that looks better. So go out and get better. How do you do that? Well, you check the links below and it will take you to my website where I wax longer and stronger on any given subject. In this moment, it will be clear coat restoration. You can get some of the products yourself. Now, with all that said, let me add at least one word of caution, and that is this. Clear coat will be on your car. Every car produced from the factory in its original state will have clear coat on it. In virtually 99.9999999% of the cases. So just accept that your car has clear coat on it. And honestly, it doesn't really matter because the same products, the same tools, the same processes still apply even if you didn't have clear coat. Yes, it would be different working on it, but if you don't have any experience, which a lot of you will not, you won't know the difference. But everything still holds true. But clear coat is good. So when you pick a polish, likely it's going to have some type of abrasive technology to it. Now, this is where things can get really complex and complicated. The industry is forever trying to manipulate you out of your money by over hyping things, dramatizing things. It's what I call detail theater. Theatrics. Point you need to know is that clear coat is good. Clear coat is what filters out and protects your color coat from UV radiation or UV lighting from the sun. The thicker the clear coat is, the better. So if you're using abrasives, which I did, to permanently finesse and fine-tune your paint so that it looks better, then you have to accept that in the process of using those abrasives, you're going to thin out the clear coat on your car. Now, when I say thin out, this is actually over-dramatized just to illustrate the point. Thinning out will be hundreds or thousands of an inch in order to make your car paint look better. So it's a very trivial amount. The point being is that A, it's likely a lot safer than you think it is. You're not going to burn through your paint like you might think you're going to do it. But also you need to accept that you are in fact thinning it out, which means that if clear coat is a finite thickness, which it is, eventually if you polish it enough, it will eventually disappear. So if the thickness largely determines how much UV lighting is filtered out, which is a good thing, unless you're a plant, the sun is damaging to virtually everything, including your car paint. So the thickness, you want more of it, not less of it. Now there is ingredients that they do add to clear coat that also filters out or absorbs or reflects, however you want to structure that UV lighting. But the thickness also largely determines how much protection is actually there. So two things. One, it's probably safer than you think, and you can actually go in more aggressively than you probably think you can. But secondly, you also want to be aware of that every time you hit your car with any type of polish, even if you're doing it by hand versus a buffer, and regardless of what kind of buffer, you are in fact diminishing the thickness of that clear coat. So that's always the trade-off and the pros and cons. Like, okay, I've got my car paint, it looks less than. I need to use some abrasive to make it better, but I'm going to diminish the thickness of the clear coat. So the trade-off is my paint looks great. I've thinned it out, in most cases, a very trivial amount. So to me, that would be a fair or worthy trade-off. Just know you can only do that a certain amount of time until you're left with no more clear coat. Okay, I hope you've learned a little something. If nothing else, I hoped I've helped nudge a few of you off of the sidelines where you're going to go out on the field. You're going to take things into your hands and take some action. I want action. Action's always better than inaction in most cases, because then you've done something and now you can adjust and respond accordingly to the results you're getting. In this case, I think I got pretty good results based on how minimalistic and simple I made it for you guys. Okay, once again, check the links below. With that, if you have learned even one thing today, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. That'd even be better. And I'll leave you with that. We'll see you on the next video.